Hey guys, we're gonna do a weekly makeup basket. I've been posting a lot of these like on short form of my weekly makeup basket, and then I do the look just to show you the different looks that I create, some inspiration. So I have my bag, let's go pick out some makeup for the week. Every week I've been picking out a weekly makeup bag. This just makes things easier to go through what I'm using, panning things, alternating the makeup that I'm using every week. It's just a fun little thing that I've been doing. So I just go through my makeup drawers and pick out something, like one or two things in every category, and just try to focus on getting through it for the week. I haven't used the NYX foundations in a while. I can't remember if I really like either of these, but I just remember that I needed to mix the two of them together. They just didn't work right on their own, and I found that the combination of them together was perfect. So we're gonna do these two. Oh, I forgot. We got to do a primer first with these. It just works a little bit better. So we're going to do the Power Grip Primer. For concealer, I have so many right now that I'm trying to get through. I do have a little bit of a breakout, so we're going to have to do some green. And then I haven't done Shape Tape in quite a while. So we're going to do Shape Tape, liquid bronzer. We're going to do, this is the Revlon Color Stay. This is actually concealer. It is in the shade Nutmeg, and it is the perfect bronzy contour. And I think we're gonna do the Hourglass again because I really haven't used this at all and I want to try to use it more. So we did this last week, we're gonna do it again. I wanna try a new one for blush. I just got the Huda Beauty blushes at Sephora. They had these cute little minis, and I think they were like 20 bucks, $25. And I got the shade, this is the Rosenberry Blush Duo and the Pink and Peach. I think I want to try the Strawberry Cream, but I'm going to put them all in there and then we'll pick it out. These are so cute. I feel like I have so many blushes and I never get through them. And with the mini, is this not the cutest thing you've ever seen? Like, look at how cute these are. They are adorable. And they smell really good too. I gotta do setting powder. It's not my favorite since they changed the formula, and I did this last week, but I want to just get through it because, again, it's not my favorite. But my all-time favorite setting powder is the Huda in Cherry Blossom. Grab an eyelash curler. That's everything for this drawer. Moving down to the bottom drawer, pick some brow products first. There's some that I haven't used in quite a while. I definitely need to get a new brow pencil because I'm running low, but I want to do the brow lift. My brows are, I had Botox done and more than I usually do, and I got dropped really bad. So I need to kind of shape my eyebrows to give myself my natural lift back. So we're going to take that, and then I'll show you guys how I do it in the video. We're going to go Covergirl again for the brow pencil. Also gonna do a liner. This is a beautiful chocolate brown shade. Absolutely love this. It's the L'Oreal Infallible. I need to pick a couple of palettes. Last week we did one of the Huda Beauty ones. I feel like I never use the Charlotte Tilbury one, so I wanna give it some love. Such a pretty shimmery quad. So I think we're gonna do this one, but then I also wanna grab something for like a winged liner. So we're gonna grab the Coral Me Maybe, and I like to use this deep shade right here for a nice pretty wing. I'm gonna switch up the mascara this week and go in with the L'Oreal Panorama. I've been really enjoying this one, and I need to get through more of my mascaras before I go and try new ones. There's a bunch that I wanna try. I really like drugstore for mascara. So for lip liner, I need to pick something a little bit darker that's gonna pair really nicely with a lighter gloss. So I wanna do the NYX. I haven't used this in a while. This is the Line Loud in the shade Sassy, and it is the perfect shade. I love this so much. We're gonna go with this one. And then for gloss, we're gonna do the Laneige. I've been loving this. This is the Sugar Glaze. It's got such a cool applicator. It's like a mushy donut top, and it's just so much fun. There's another shade that I want to get of this. It's so, so pretty. One more thing that I want to use that I forgot that I have that I've been trying to use more is this lip shadow. I got it off Amazon. I think I saw it on TikTok. It is the Lily by Red. and in the shade Smiley. It is a lip blending stick. It gives your lips like a pouty look because it does a nice contour. It makes them look a little bit fuller with the shadow. So we're gonna use this. And since I finished up one of my setting sprays last week, I really wanted to try the new Huda Easy Bake Spray. So I did pick it up. And when I bought it, it came with the mini too, which I loved. So you get that little gift for free. We're gonna put everything in here and then I'm gonna show you all of the products on the face. So I have everything that we picked out in the makeup bag. So we're gonna get ready and try everything out and hopefully this combination of things works. Starting off, this is the Jelly Primer, really good drugstore primer. Definitely has some grip to it, well, a lot of grip to it, but it's not too tacky or too sticky. I like to get it in between like the forehead, just the areas where product doesn't grab as easy and like definitely around the smile lines. I just can't stand when it touches my hair because it is very tacky, like you can see here. So we're gonna do the Born to Glow and the Blur from NYX. Just give them a little shake. I haven't used these in a while and I'm hoping that these two shades are gonna match me right now. I did just go to the beach the other day and kind of got fried. So this one is in the shade Natural. I'm just gonna drizzle a bit of that on. And I already have a ton of hyperpigmentation coming back already. I did the laser last year, but hopefully I can blend out these shades and make it work. I definitely put on way too much. Hopefully this blends nicely. You can see how burnt the top of my forehead is there. So it immediately took away a lot of redness. Has really good coverage. It's nice because it blurs you, but it gives you a glow. So NYX should really consider doing a formula where they mix these two together because it would be a really nice foundation. So like I was saying earlier, I got Botox. I always get it like in the 11s here and in the forehead, and she dropped me way too much. And it's like my eyebrows are lifting here. Normally when I get it, I have more of a lift to my eyebrow and I have very little movement. So I'm gonna have to do a little makeup technique here and kind of lift my eyebrow because I cannot stand the heaviness that it's created. A little breakout going on here. It's very red. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of green over it and let that kind of dry up a little bit and dab it on, and then we'll cover it up. So for concealer, I'm trying to go through the products that are getting pretty old. The Shape Tape is definitely a favorite. I just haven't been reaching for it in a while. And this is the shade, it is light medium. So we're just gonna use this one today. And of course, my neighbor just started their yard work. So you're gonna be hearing some leaf blowers and nonsense in the background. So sorry about that. This light medium shade might even be a little too deep for me right now. It is just such a good concealer. I forgot how good it was. I haven't used it in so long. So I've been consistently picking these makeup baskets for probably like over a month now. It was something I did a while ago and then I stopped. And then I wanted to start it back up because it's just such a good way to change things up. Make sure you're using everything in your collection. So if you have a decent amount of makeup and you feel like you'll never get through it all, you won't probably, but it's just good to go in and switch things up. And I like to give everything a chance to get used. It's like makeup has feelings or something, like it's gonna know that I'm not picking it. And it's good because I've actually been using things up faster because I've been focused on using them. Once I use something up, I can go and reward myself and maybe try something else that I've been wanting to try. Because like I've said so many times, that makeup area, those two drawers pretty much is where I keep everything and I'm not expanding. So if I'm not using anything up, then I'm not gonna have any room to buy anything new. I am so excited to try these little cuties. I saw them when I was at Sephora and I didn't even know that they made the minis, but it's so great because it's only 20 bucks or something for these two little guys and it's gonna last you a really long time. So I am gonna try this little cutie pie. It is the shade Strawberry Cream. The doe foot is pretty interesting. It kind of like bumps out and it smells really good. It almost smells like strawberry cream. So I'm gonna do 2 dots And we're gonna see. So we're gonna start with that, and I'm just gonna use a brush because that's what I like to use for my liquid blushes. And we'll see, I might need more. Okay, so it doesn't seem like it's as pigmented as some of my other liquid blushes, like Rare. And we're gonna add a little bit more. So I'd probably go in with 3 dots with this one. Maybe even 4, depending like if I have more color. But it's such a pretty color. Seems to be blending good. I don't have any powder on my face yet. That is really pretty. All right, we're good on that. So we're gonna move on to powder. Again, I don't love this formula. It's just not as good as the old one. They changed the ingredients. I think they took the talc out. And I just find that it doesn't set my face as well, especially like my under eyes. I've noticed creeping and it almost like oxidizes. It's just not as brightening and blurring. So I don't love it because of that. And I find that I have to put a ton on for it to not feel tacky. Like I don't want my under eyes to feel tacky. I can't stand that. I want them to be set. I feel like I liked it a lot more when I first got it. And then as I've tried other setting powders, it's just not as good. And you can see like all the powder. I just gently go over the blush. So we're gonna do the brows. I have to fix them up. I have to give them a lift. And I'm gonna do the e.l.f. brow lift. I haven't used this in a while. I'm just gonna dunk the brush right in the gel. And I don't typically love using one of these, but because I need to really get these brow hairs up, we gotta do something. All right, we got those suckers up. So I am still like super tacky. I don't like doing it when it's very tacky. So I'm gonna do the lip contour and let that dry down a bit before I go in with a pencil. And again, this is Lily by Red and it is in the shade Smiley. It is a lip blending stick. So I just go right outside my natural lip line and I like to just kind of fold in, even at the top. It just makes everything tight. And then I just tap with my ring finger. I'm gonna go in and try to do the eyebrows now. So the key with the Botox, if they drop you too much on the side, it doesn't happen a lot. It was just like, I have no movement. I never get this many units. And again, normally my eyebrows are not this heavy and they are way higher up. So I like to just basically go right here where my natural arch would be, and I just draw the arch up a little bit higher and it just creates more of a lift. So I have to blend it out, but you can see. Do you see how it kind of lifts up more? So it's more like how my natural brow is. I'm gonna blend it out in a minute, but I just wanna show you, it's just like a little hack if that ever happens to you. This side is really bad. I've never, and that's the risk when you're getting Botox. All right, so that's definitely much better. I mean, it's still not perfect, but it's better than having it, that illusion of it just kind of hanging down. So I like to give it a little bit more of an arch. And I am just gonna do a little bit of powder around the brow, soften that up a little bit so it's not so tacky. I'm gonna do a little bit of the Hourglass, brush on a nice bronzy glow, because this is not gonna match me in the summer whatsoever. So I'm trying to just get through it now as much as I can. I like to just get the minis. And then I can try a bunch of products and it's definitely not as expensive. So we're gonna go with the Charlotte Tilbury Quad. This is something that I bought and I didn't use it a lot. I've only maybe used it a couple of times. I think we're gonna go in these 2 shades on the side and I'm gonna focus the darker shade on my lid and then maybe do like the inner corner with that lighter shade. And I'm just gonna use my finger for this. And then maybe take a fluffy brush at the end and just blend everything out. You can definitely get similar products at the drugstore that pack more of a punch with shimmer. So I'm gonna go with an angled fluffy brush here Just take that same color, and I'm also gonna focus it on the outer portion just to give it more of a lift so that my eye doesn't appear so hooded because of how heavy it's made me, because that muscle is paralyzed. I'm gonna take the top shade, which is a little bit lighter, and we're gonna focus that more on the inner portion and then also the inner corner, just to brighten things up. This shade is actually really, really pretty. I find it to be way more shimmery than the darker shade. I'm just gonna brush a tiny bit on the eyelid too. Like, not the eyelid, under the brow bone. Why not? Give it a little shimmer. I'm gonna take this deeper shade right here and just do a little bit of a wing on an angle brush. I'm hoping to just lift the eyes right now. That's my goal. We're gonna do the L'Oreal Infallible liner. If you like the MAC kohl liners, I would say that this is a good affordable alternative to that. And this is just the shade brown. And curl the lashes. I cannot stand how heavy these brows look. I cannot wait for the effects to go away. We're doing L'Oreal Panorama. Really good mascara, and this is the blackest black, I think it is, or whatever the deepest one is. L'Oreal just kills it in the mascara department every time. This mascara is great at layering. It doesn't get clumpy. It definitely extends your lashes to their fullest potential. I still like the Paradise, like the Voluminous Paradise or whatever it's called. I think the best out of all the L'Oreal mascaras, and I like Telescopic too. I would say that I would describe this one, if the Lash Paradise and Telescopic had a baby, I would say it would be similar to this one. And this is what the brush looks like in case you're curious. So it's very tapered, and I probably do like 2 or 3 coats, and then I just do 1 coat on the lower lash. And I'll probably sweep maybe like a little bronzer under there. Normally I do. It just helps hide the fine lines. But I really like what I picked out. It's actually working very nice together. I can definitely use this for the week. And there's different looks that I can do with the shadow palette. So it's very versatile. You can do something like more smoky and dark if you wanted to go in with this side of the palette. All right, I think that's good on the mascara, so I'm gonna chill on that for a second, and then we're gonna do the lip combo. So I picked this is the NYX Line Loud, really good creamy lip liner, very creamy. It glides on so smoothly. And hopefully the audio of this video isn't ruined by the landscaping sounds. If it is, I'm just gonna have to do a voiceover, I guess, which is fine. So this is so creamy, and you don't have to drag it hard. It just blends right in. And we're gonna go over it with the Laneige. This is the tinted lip serum in the sugar glaze, and it has this really cute donut applicator. It's like very mushy, and it smells so good. It's a really pretty lip combination. I wanted something a little darker because last week I went for something lighter, and I think that this came together really nicely. Setting spray, I picked the new, this is the Easy Bake setting spray, Huda Beauty. I wanted to try it. I got through one of my other setting sprays in the last video. So it has that ball that clicks. From the videos I've seen, they say it's like a fine mist, but I don't know. I've seen a lot of spitting, and I hate when there's like big wet chunks. Big wet water droplets rather, so I'm a little nervous here. Ooh. So it is a fine mist. Very even. Doesn't have a scent that I can smell. I was kind of hoping that it had the Easy Bake scent, like that has all the, from the loose setting powders. I actually got the perfume too, because it smells so good. But you can see, like, the droplets are kind of big. Do you see them? There's like a bunch of them. So that I don't love, but I'll get over it. So this is the final look with this week's makeup basket. I hope you guys like this, something a little different that I've been doing, and I figured I'd share it with you to help you get through all of your makeup and be excited to go through your collection and kind of like shop your stash. So that's it. I'll see you guys next week. Bye guys.